What's going on, Solid Steppers? It's Miss Ward coming to you from sunny South Florida. Headed out to Lake Worth to take a look at a couple of appliances for strike check. Do evaluation for a claim. Great way to start the morning. Got a lot of admin done. I want to send a shout out to my mentees and the people who have purchased the consultations from me. I am so proud of you guys. Shout out to Callie doing your thing. You know, with this particular appliance repair student, we've been able to offer technical assistance when they get, you know, as far as triage, diagnosing, things of that nature. We also have been able to help them structure the business, streamline their invoice process, streamline the way they get their leads, streamline what to get first, how to structure their money. We got their warranty money in order so that they're really getting real mailbox money, not chump change. So I'm very proud of you guys. Shout out to Callie, you know who you are, you know. And then shout out to my student that's out and mentee that's out in Nevada doing your thing. We're able to have a conversation, get his business credit structured and in order. He banging it out over there, man. We've been able to take his company structured in a way that he can multiply his returns as far as his movement, because he has a long-term plan, you know, as far as a legacy business and making sure that he pours back in his family and his business at the same time. Getting it to the point where he can automate the business and he can reap the benefits of being a true business owner by having the right corporate structure in place and utilizing that, the tax strategies and the business credit strategies to his advantage, not to mention the technical expertise. He's already been able to develop some additional skill sets regarding diagnosing appliances and, you know, how to troubleshoot, you know, the 10-step tango, things of that nature, what parts to take out to the job, how to deal with warranty companies so he doesn't have consistent recalls. I'm very proud of these people. They doing their things. Shout out to my Florida mentee doing his thing. He is truly multifaceted. I'm very, very proud of him. Shout out to you. You know who you are, representing Port St. Lucie all day long. You know, I'm just really proud of the people, and I'm proud of the new people who have signed up that I'm able to work with and help, because y'all gotta understand, when I'm helping y'all, I'm helping me, because I get exposed to situations that I may not have dealt with head on, but I get a chance to team up with you, brainstorm, and help you get to the next level, because your growth is my growth, and I take it seriously. That's why I limit the people I help, and I only deal with people who invest in me. That's rule number one. You gotta understand what you are worth and what your worth is worth. You know, most people don't understand that. You know, I had that conversation with one of my mentees this morning because he thought I may have had an impression of him being disorganized, being this and that. And I had to break it down and say, first of all, you're brilliant, young man. And you are excel at anything you do. You know, part of his issue is he's a perfectionist and he's super hard on himself. How do I know this? Because I am. I'm a perfectionist and an overachiever. And those things come from places. So I sent him some additional material to, first of all, get him off beating himself up. You know, because the reality is, you know, negative self-talk, we have to watch how we talk to ourselves. This is why everybody shouldn't have a kid. I'm not trying to go off a tangent, but you know, people talk to their kids any kind of way, and they don't understand. These children grow up with this negative self-talk and these broken records to where they limit themselves. This is why I'm always on my mentees, the people I work with, the people in my circle, about their mindset. We need you to grow. We need you to grind. We need you to understand the gift that you are, that you're already wonderfully made. So get out here and get it, you know. I have one of my mentees, very protective of her children, and I love that. You know, she homeschools them and all that good stuff, because she's not going to allow the world to contaminate their self-images, and she's going to pour everything, her and her husband, into these babies, and they're going to be phenomenal, and they already are. You know, but at the end of the day, imagine if all of us started from that point. You know, we would never have limits on our lives, on our minds, anything. So this is what I need you to understand when you go to business. You know, everybody walks into business and they look at all the blocks and what they can't do. They never look at what can I do? What is the options? How do I look at this from another angle? And that's where I come in. And I've been able to help several people. And, you know, I guess it's my gift. At the same time, I'm constantly growing my business. I'm constantly applying different methods and ways to make what I do not only easier for me, but so that I can package it and help other people do it. And that's real. So shout out to all my mentees. Appreciate you. So one thing I want to touch on today is about your structures and your scalability. You know, people want to say they want to scale, but they don't want to invest in the infrastructure to scale. So the first thing you have to do in business is you have to clean up your structure. You have to clean up your delivery. You have to clean up your leads. You have to clean up the clientele you deal with. So if you're going to have a long-term business that's not going to burn you out, you first of all need to enjoy what you do. And the only way you're going to, I mean, people will lie and say that, oh, they love everything about appliance repair. No, your ass don't. The reality is that there are certain appliances we enjoy working on. There are certain things we can diagnose, get in and out, and 99% of the time we're right without a callback. That's what you need to focus on. And I'm going to keep it real. You know, I'm one of those people that when I slice up data and when I move in such a way to where if I am going to approach an appliance, I have already figured out the profit margin. I have figured out my time, how much time it's going to take, the investment for myself or a sub to go out here and do it, and how much I got to pay, the cost to not only acquire the client, but take care of the client and make sure I don't have any future issues. Because that's how I go to business. Because the bottom line is y'all out here just slinging stuff. I'm going to go do this. Let me run and do this. And then at the end of the day, yeah, you made a little money, but how much profit did you make? How are you really moving? Are you able to sleep at night? Or is that damn appliance stuck in your brain? Like, every puzzle is not meant for your ass to solve. And y'all out here rolling around like, yo, I want to be the sleuth of the year. Well, do that. Do that and be broke. And I'm not knocking you. Because there's some people, they don't want a business. They don't want this, they don't want that. They just want to enjoy what they do, and that's their life. I ain't knocking none of that. But for those of us that want to scale, have multiple business, and live our best life on autopilot to a certain extent, you better invest in that infrastructure up front. Because as it grows, it's only gonna bring you more opportunity to be better. And that means challenges. And that's something you have to really understand. Most people, like for instance, I'm so blessed to have Brandon and Richard, and I know that, and Q, because I will call them in a minute. And, you know, people, and I talk to people who've been doing it 30 years, and my approach is different. They be like, I never thought about it. Well, I'm only thinking that way because I haven't been stuck in the murk and mire and put in, you know, forced as an employee to do stuff this way every time. I've never, I mean, even when I had a job, I just was a maverick. You know, and I stayed in trouble, but they loved me. And I made them lots of money because while they was trying to figure out this, I mean, and I understand why they had the standard of operations in place. They had it in place for the people who couldn't think for themselves and who needed to be empowered and in order. They had it for the sheep, but I'm not knocking none of that. All I'm saying, if you're going to get an appliance repair, you either like dryers, washers, dishwashers, microwaves, ovens, stove, wall ovens, whatever you like, you need to grind on that. Like me, I am anal about what I'm not gonna work on. I get a straight attitude when somebody book an appointment for an appliance that I don't work on. And I never understood in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, yeah, I'd do anything. Yeah, well, I did everything and got the data and exposure I needed to know what the hell I don't want to work on. And I'm okay with that. And I will find and source the work out to people. And look, you can have the whole, don't even throw me back a referral fee or a bone. This all you, because I don't even want to see that again. You know what I'm saying? And I try to refer customers to, you know, my counterparts that provide the same level of service and courtesy, because I don't need no mud on my name. But the reality is, everybody wins. The table is full and everybody is at the smorgasbord. Let these people eat all the washers they want. I can't stand washers and I can't stand dishwashers. I mean, like, dishwashers like haunt me in my sleep or something. And it's not that they're difficult. It's just, it's anything to do with me getting wet, I don't want to touch it. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to pull out my drain, my shop vac, and I got 2 of those, a little one and a big one. I don't want to do any of that. This is called emergency stuff, or for my old time customers that they don't want nobody in there but me. So, you know, I have to oblige because they really made me who I was. But the reality is, figure out what you like to do and then get it down to a science to where you can make it pure profitable. I know it's somebody in my class, one of these young men, he come in and all he does is installs. He be banging it. He killing the game. You feel me? I'm all for it, man. Look, I am not knocking the way he get his money. I'm sure he got a system in place. He got a big truck like me, and he be on it. He be on it. Shout out to you, bro. Plus, he got rental properties. So, at the end of the day, if he's got rental properties, that skill set probably came from having to do appliances in those. And he just parlayed it into a money-making, you know, another part of his business. I was talking to one of my mentees, and he, you know, had this property management. I was like, no, you need to change that to property preservation. That way you can skip all the AA, the yay. Because the property management in certain states, you got to get additional licenses. Now, you might be able to go around it with a maintenance or this and that. But, you know, I want to be as far as them even. I don't even want to pass their thought process. Like, when I say property preservation, I don't want you to hear nothing. Like, I don't even want them to even know what, understand. They just going to sign the paperwork and push me through. And that's what I'm talking about, thinking outside the box. Now, people who know what property preservation is, that's a whole nother ball game. I mean, it's people killing it with that. Especially, this is a seller's market. Do you know how much money? I got friends making 6 figures in property preservation. And they just changing door locks. You know, like, really? Really? But hey, I'm not knocking it. At the end of the day, you got to find your lane and exploit that lane. And then you got to know when to get in and when to go out and get out. And then you got to know when to elevate. Like, say you're doing dryers and you're only comfortable with them now. What's the dryer that's like easy as hell? The one where you take the back off, it's got that little square heater. That one. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Pop and go. 2 bolts, knock it out. Bang, bang, bang. Right? Take you 10 minutes, if that. Well, the whole issue is, there are many other elements on the market and many other dryers that you have to disassemble differently. You're not going to be able to make a living on just those. But you better be able to step up and handle the Samsung and handle the LGs and understand the nuances and the technical service bulletins on some of those. Because some of them got real issues that people don't discuss on YouTube. You know, that you actually got to read the literature. You got to stay up on the updates and the service bulletins. And that's what I'm talking about. If you're going to focus on an area, know more than anybody around you, and anytime somebody get an issue, they need to be calling you. You know, specialize on, I mean, in South Florida, people make a killing just working on propane and natural gas, because everybody and their mama is scared to work on that down here. And it's only because it's not something that we're accustomed to. But when you're in high-end houses, you know your ass is getting ready to see a dual range. And you know you're gonna be dealing with gas. So don't go in there trying to write an invoice and get paid when you are afraid of the appliance. I hear you in the background, Richard, talking about Shell. I know. Miss Ward is, like Richard's always telling me when I'm on a job, it's so funny to jump something. And I'm like, I'm not jumping this on the board. I'm not about to blow this building up. I never forget, I did my first cooktop, propane gas top. And I did a video, it was so funny, on Facebook, and I was like, look, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hopefully I don't burn the house down. And everything I do, I try to put a little humor in it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. So anyway, I done got long-winded as hell. It's almost 14 minutes. So if you want a consultation, remember, the link is in the description. Want to throw me some lunch money? You can do that too, because I know your ass got some gems out of this. But at the end of the day, y'all, all I want is everybody to be successful. All I want is everyone to believe in themselves and never question the way you go to business. Just be better, because we all had to stumble and fall and learn the right way for us. Be blessed. Miss Ward is signing off, doing what I do, being the very best.